copies of Dirt Empire magazine available at his Rounders Racing souvenir table, along with, like we said, the brand new 2026 Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series souvenir T-shirts, and also his brand of Rounders Racing apparel swag. And also, while supplies last, if you buy 2 pieces of Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series souvenir merchandise, you will receive a Dirt Empire magazine free of charge as we get ready to roll with the first of 5 groups of Slicker Graphics hot laps as track personnel pulling their machines into the infield. And first group of cars rolling on the Speedway. Runner-up finisher at Florence Speedway with the Lucas Oil Limited Dirt Series last night in the 99 out of Dresden, Ohio. That is Devin Moran. Devin Moran in 99. In the 14 machine, a veteran here in the MOV. He comes to you out of Wellsburg, West Virginia. That is Corey Conley. Corey Conley in 14. 57, the current Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series points leader. He comes to you out of New Concord, Ohio. That is Caden Black. Caden Black in 57. In the number 12 machine, driver comes to you out of Fairmont, West Virginia. That is Ryan Montgomery. Ryan Montgomery in the 12. Sporting the throwback E1 here this evening. He is out of Parkersburg, West Virginia. That is fast Freddie Carpenter. Freddie Carpenter sporting the Mark Balzano E1 throwback. In the S21 out of Jackson, Ohio, Seth Daniels. Seth Daniels in S21. In the D8 machine, the driver out of Lincolnton, North Carolina, that is Steve Banal. Steve Banal in the B8. And the D93 machine, another driver out of the North Carolina region, that is Donovan Jackson. Donovan Jackson in 93 out of Hope Mills, North Carolina. As group number 1 seeing the XS Power Batteries green flag, and their Slicker Graphics hot lap session is underway. And we'll get some hot lap times here for you as a checker flag going down here on group number 1 of Slicker Graphics hot laps. Again, 5 groups total. And Devin Moran fastest so far in Slicker Graphics hot laps. Yes, they will have the field of cars on the racetrack. Kind of lay that top side back down, try to keep it laid down and keep the racing surface widened out as much as possible. And get this group of cars off the racing surface. And track record set back here on April 11th, 13.5, 6.1 for super late models. As they'll get this group of cars at the gate. And get ready to go with group number 2. Group number 2. As group number 2 starts making their way onto the racing surface. See the 6 out of Jupiter, Florida. That is Clay Harris. Clay Harris out of Jupiter, Florida in the 6. The 34 machine out of Newark, Ohio, Brian Nethers. Brian Nethers in 34. The 00, the third generation driver out of Rockbridge, Bass, Virginia. That is Tyler Bear, out of Rockbridge, Bass, Virginia, in that red 00 right there, coming off turn number 4. See the 12L. That is Dave Loudon out of Buchanan, West Virginia. In the 13 machine, that is Casey Burdett out of Parkersburg, West Virginia. In the black number 99, that is Kyle Hardy out of Winchester, Virginia, in the 99. And final car out in this group, grabbed a $3,000 victory at With Raceway last night up in Whitfield, Virginia. That is the double nickel 55 of Mount Airy, North Carolina's Benji Hicks in the 55 over in turn number 2. And the 55 Benji Hicks going to be the control car that brings us to the Excess Power Batteries green flag and get group number 2 of Slicker Graphics Hot Lamps underway. And 55 of Benji Hicks going to see the green flag, and we are underway. Also out in this group, they made a 13-hour haul from Mississippi Thunder Valley Speedway with the World of Outlaw Late Model Series last night out of Heinemann, Pennsylvania. That is Drake Troutman and the G.R. Smith-owned Double Deuce there, working off into turn number 1. As Swafford signs white flag being displayed, and now they'll see the VP Racing Fuels checkered flag in group number 2 of Slicker Graphics Hot Lamps in the book. Again, they will fast roll that top side back down with this group before group number 3 makes their way onto the racing surface. And Drake Troutman at 14.021, fastest of the cars that were on the racetrack in that group of Slicker Graphics Hot Laps. Here's group number 3, getting set to make their way on to the racing surface. Slicker Graphics Hot Lamps group number 3. Our next event with the Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series comes up this coming Saturday night, May 9th, at Atomic Speedway in Waverly, Ohio, just south of Chillicothe. That will be the Mother's Day Shootout, 30 laps, $5,000 to win there that evening. As group number 3 of Slicker Graphics Hot Lamps making their way out, see the 5M. That is Ashland, Ohio's Ryan Markham. Ryan Markham in 5M behind him. In the 18C, out of Wheelersburg, Ohio, that is MC2. That is Miles Cook II. Group number, also out in this group, the 20 out of Zanesville, Ohio, running for the FloRacing Rookie of the Year in 2026 with the Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series. That is Todd Brennan. Todd Brennan in the number 20. See the number 25. Got Shane McDowell here this weekend helping turn some wrenches on some race cars. That is Mike Benedum. The Bristol Bullet, Mike Benedum out of Salem, West Virginia. And I got a few more cars we need to get out here. See the 49, young man out of Denver, North Carolina. That is Luke Morey. Luke Morey. Also see the 25Z out of Chalk Hill, Pennsylvania. Picked up the ULMS win just up the road at Tyler County Speedway last night. That is Mason Ziegler. Mason Ziegler in 25Z. Also see the 6 out of Stoutsville, Ohio. That is Travis Carr. And the final driver out in this group, he sits behind the wheel of the 5L, runner-up last night at Tyler County. He is out of Summersville, Pennsylvania. That is John Lee. John Lee in the 5L. As we get ready to go with group number 3 of Slicker Graphics Hot Laps, they'll be looking for the XS Power Batteries green flag. The 5M of Ryan Markham out of Ashland, Ohio, will be the control car that brings us to the XS Power Batteries green flag here off turn number 4, Eddie. Here we go. And Markham got that machine up on the trike. They're in their Black Diamond chassis here this weekend. That's what they raced at Tyler County last night. And Markham, kind of a throwback to Scott James back in the day. Yeah, absolutely. As Ryan Markham got that machine up on the trike. And Markham may have something other out of sorts on the right rear of this machine here. As a checkered flag going to wave, VP Racing Fuels checkered flag is out. Third of 5 groups finishing up their practice laps. And Luke Morey at 14.517, the quickest of the cars on the speedway there in that group. 8 states represented here in the Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series Super Late Model competition. As group number 4 starts rolling out. Going to be led out by the driver of the 47W out of Middleburn, West Virginia. That is Brandon Weigel. Brandon Weigel in the 47W. Behind him, also out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, the white 26. That is Connor White. Connor White. That red 00 right there, feature winner at Mud Lake Valley Raceway in Wallingford, Kentucky last Saturday night. That is Wheelersburg, Ohio's Justin Cooper in the 00. The 10-star out of Sarver, Pennsylvania, that is Levi Yetter. Levi Yetter in the 10-star. In the 31, young man's 15 years of age out of Belmont, Ohio, that is Lincoln Smith. Lincoln Smith in the 31. The 28, been one of the hottest drivers in the MOV region this season out of Parkersburg, West Virginia. That is the Kamikaze Kid, Tyler Carpenter in 28. The veteran in the 17, second-generation driver out of Cross Lanes, West Virginia. That is Zach Dome. The 71C, he comes to you out of Wheelersburg, Ohio, debuting that brand-new Rocket XR2 here this weekend. That is R.J. Conley. 4th of 5 groups on the racetrack, seeing the Swafford Signs white flag this time by. And they'll be looking for the VP Racing Fuels checkered flag to complete group number 4 of Slicker Graphics Hot Laps here at West Virginia Motor Speedway here this afternoon. As they will fast roll the middle and top with this group of cars. And we got Pro Late Models on deck. Pro Late Models, I assume that's hot lap qualifying for the Pro Late Models coming up here after one more group. Again, Pro Late Models coming up next. And while this final group is getting ready to exit, the 5th and final group of Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series fueled by VP competitors are going to roll out for Their hot lap session going to be led out by the young man in the 44. First time competing with the Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series out of Oakland, Maryland. That is Dylan Lewis. Dylan Lewis in 44. 53C, defending series champion. Third place finisher with ULMS last night at Tyler County. The 2025 Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series champion out of Parkersburg, West Virginia. That is Colton Burdett. Colton Burdett in 53C. The 54R. He is out of Midway, West Virginia. That is Shane Greco. Shane Greco pilots the 54R. The 555, the young man they call Bam Bam, he is out of Ellenville, New York. That is Brock Pinkrist. Brock Pinkrist in the triple nickel, the 555. Right behind him, the veteran out of Wheelersburg, Ohio, 64 years of age. That is the hot rod, Rod Conley in 71R. Directly behind him in the 21, driver out of Ashland, Kentucky. That is Kirk Phillips. Kirk Phillips in the 21. The 75, he comes to you, the former Bergen, Kentucky native, now residing in Fairmont, West Virginia. Former Battle of the Bluegrass Dirt Car Series champion. That is Eddie Carrier Jr. in the 75. And right behind him in the 93, one of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series regulars here this evening. Out of Lincolnton, North Carolina, that is Carson Ferguson. Carson Ferguson in 93. And one late entry signing in the 39. He is out of Beckley, West Virginia. That is Henry Hornsby III. And the 93 of Carson Ferguson will be our control car that brings us to the XS Power Batteries green flag and gets the fifth and final group of Slicker Graphics hot laps underway. And now Ferguson gets set to pull a trigger on the loud pedal and brings us to the green flag, and here we go. Get green, white, checkered. The order of business here in Slicker Graphics hot laps. As the Swafford signs white flag in the air. Carson Ferguson will take them around one more time. And we'll have Slicker Graphics hot laps completed for the Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series. XSI. VP Racing Fuels checkered flag in the air. And they'll have this group fast roll around. I think we may have the last two groups up here on the monitor. And Eddie Carrier Jr. at 13.549. 13.549. And that is just a, okay. All right, sorry about that. 13.549. That is the track record. Little Eddie has it. As we get ready to go with a Pro Late Model hot lap qualifying, they'll do 4 cars at a time. And Mr. Henry got good numbers in your Pro Late Model and Sport Mod divisions here as well as you get ready to go with a Pro Late Model hot lap qualifying.
Yeah, we do strong field. I tell you what, though, we're talking about the Pro Lates, but Michael, 8 states represented, 41 official entries for the Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series. You know, it's not too common you get that kind of car count and 8 states represented. I think that's a testament to the value and the prestige of the Ironman Series.
We thank you so much for the kind words. We appreciate that, and appreciate the support of all these great race fans that are here today at West Virginia Motor Speedway and the great group of racers that have turned out to contest and honor the memory of a great racer from this Mid-Ohio Valley area here in Mark Balzano. And Mike is here, Steve Shaver here to take into action. Want to give them a big shout-out and hello as well here this afternoon at West Virginia Motor Speedway.
Yeah, actually, we're hoping to grab, I'm going to stick my foot in my mouth now. Hopefully, we're going to grab a little bit of a word later on with Mike Balzano. He doesn't know that yet, so this is kind of a sneak attack on him. We have a little bit of a break later on. Coming up next will be the Pro Late Models. And this will be hot lap qualifying. So combined efforts there. It will not be separate. $1,000 on the line tonight for the Pro Late Models. We'll let you know who they are as they come out on the track. 2 laps for each practice hot lap qualifying session. It'll be green, white, checkered, and coming off of turn 4, getting ready to cross underneath the flag stand. That is the number 18 of Brandon Adkins. Brandon Adkins in the 18B. Dalton Adkins behind him in the 88. The 37 tonight, that is Logan Reed. 77W William Rose. Brandon Adkins' first lap time, 1:5.912. 1:5.912. Dalton Adkins, he will trip the clock. 1:70.56. Logan Reed, 1:5.718. He will sit atop the fast time board up to this point. Once again, the 37, Logan Reed, so far fast time, 1:5.718. Dalton Adkins, 1:5.777. William Rose in the 77W, 1:5.784. Rounding out the field, Brandon Adkins at the 18B, 1:5.912. So Logan Reed setting the bar early in qualifying. He will be the time to beat, turning a time of 1:5.595 for the young West Virginia driver. Round 2 qualifying now on the track. Once again, we'll let you know who they are as qualifying continues off of turn 4 in the number 78, crossing underneath the flag stand. That is Mike Schaefer in the 78S. In the number 12, Mac Brookover in the 12B. The 01, Colin Holmes. The orange number 77, Chris Robertson. And Mike Schaefer turning his first lap of qualifying, 1:7.168. Matt Brookover, 1:6.204. We'll see if Brookover able to pick up the pace just a little bit. Colin Holmes turning in a great second lap. He will be second overall fast qualifier, 1:5.703. 1:5.703, still atop the leaderboard, the 37 of Logan Reed. The time to beat, 1:5.595. We will quickly roll into round number 3 of qualifying for the Pro Late Models. We anticipate a quickly run show tonight on the track now out of Grafton, West Virginia, the 151 of Colby Kimbrough. Colby Kimbrough has won 3 main events in the last 6 days at 3 different tracks, picking up wins at Muskingum Speedway in Ohio, Dog Hollow Speedway in Pennsylvania, and last night picking up the win at the Tyler County Speedway. So keep an eye on that young driver behind the wheel of the 151. In the 75, that is Jacob Rucker. Rucker joining us tonight. I believe this is his first appearance at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Also on the track, the H2O Luke Heyer. He won the big race as we unveiled the new track configuration in October of last year. The 27, that is Lauren Longbreak. Lauren turning a time of 1:6.177. Luke Heyer, he will take over the second spot. And just as I say that, updating the leaderboard, we've got a battle going on between the 151 of Colby Kimbrough and the H2O of Luke Heyer. Both of those have bested the 37 of Logan Reed. Luke Heyer in the H2O, the Rock Cave, West Virginia driver, turning a blistering time of 1:4.959. 1:4.959. The only driver to break into the 14-second bracket up to this point, the 151 Colby Kimbrough, the young driver out of Grafton. Second fast qualifier, 1.5547. The 37 of Logan Reed, 1.5595. He has gone from first to third. Out on the track now, the defending Ultimate Pro Late Model champion at Elkins Speedway for the 2025 season. That is young female driver Chandy Currents behind the wheel of the 9C. We call her the fastest pigtails on dirt. She will go down the back chute looking to trip the clock. The 29. Once again, the time to beat the H2O of Luke Heyer, 1.4959. Not getting a transponder reading on the 29. Yellow flag quickly back out. Little rough start to getting qualifying in this round. Once again, $1,000 on the line awaits the winner in the Pro Late Models later on tonight. The 9C, Chandy Currents, we talked a little bit about her last time. She is the only female track champion in the Pro Late Models in the history of Elkins Speedway. She picked up a feature win also last year, the first female driver to do that in the Pro Late Model class. The 34, Brian Nethers now tripping the clock at 1.5451. He is your new overall second fast qualifier. That'll drop the 151 of Colby Kimbrough back to third. Chandy Currents sitting fifth overall with a time of 1.5666. She is the fastest qualifier in this round of qualifying. But I tell you what, that Rock Cave, West Virginia driver, the H2O of Luke Heyer, picking up a big win last October here at West Virginia Motor Speedway as we unveiled the brand new reconfiguration of this 3/8 mile track. Looking to pick up where he left off last year, and to this point, the only driver to break into the 14-second bracket. He has set the bar very, very high, 1.4959. Looks like this is the final round of qualifying for the Pro Late Models in the 67. Out of Gold Vein, Virginia area. That's the 67 of Greg Carrico. He will go underneath the flag stand for round one, lap one of qualifying. Behind him, the number 5F, that is Brandon Francis. And the T6, Ben Gable, the 28N of Noah Whited, going down the back chute in that blue and yellow 28N after round one of qualifying. Brandon Francis, he will take over second fast qualifier, 1.5261 behind the wheel of that 5F. As we will click off the final qualifying round here. So unofficially, it'll be the H2O, Luke Heyer, your fast qualifier. The only driver to break into the 14-second bracket.
Your attention over in the pit area. Attention in the pit area. Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series Group A. Group A, Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series drivers, you need to start making your way to staging for VP Racing Fuels Challenge O'Clock Time Trials. Group A, super late models, stage them up.
Well, Michael, that'll be interesting to see if this new configuration and a fair amount of moisture in the track tonight, the track record on this new configuration held by Eddie Carrier Jr., 13549. Some pretty good competition and heavy hitters in the field tonight. We'll check and see if any of those are able to set a new track record. If it's going to happen, tonight could be the night. Coming up next will be our hot lap qualifying session for the Sport Mods. Unofficially, 20 Sport Mods signed in for competition tonight. $500 on the line and a really nice bonus. Once again, we want to thank Hall's Drilling for kicking in a nice, cool $200 bonus to both the Pro Late Model feature winner as well as the Sport Mod feature. So thank you very much, Hall Drilling. We appreciate that very much. With gas prices, my guess is those guys will really appreciate that, and we appreciate you. Thank you. Also want to give a shout out to Mid-Ohio Valley Live Racing Report with Tammy Delancey McGee and Dustin Sprouse. They give us a lot of help with both the West Virginia Motor Speedway live Facebook shows as well as our sister track, Elkin Speedway. Make sure you go check them out on Facebook. Give them a like and a follow on their page. That definitely helps with the algorithms for them. And also, they are also the host of the largest trunk or treat events in the Mid-Ohio Valley in October. This will be the 8th annual Race Car Trunk or Treat coming up in October. They haven't set a location yet for that, so make sure you stay in tune with that. They'll let you know exactly where that'll be coming up in October. Also, when we get a little bit more of a break here, we'll be talking about the Northern Swing for the Hunt the Front Super Late Model Series. They'll be coming up in about 3 weeks from this weekend. They'll join us at Elkins Speedway in Elkins, West Virginia, Tyler County Speedway the following night, and wrapping it all up in their Northern Swing for the $15,000 to win Mountaineer Nationals right here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Make sure you keep up on everything West Virginia Motor Speedway. They do a great job of keeping their Facebook page updated, and of course, all things West Virginia Motor Speedway at wvmotorspeedway.com. Also want to give a big shout out to our premier sponsor, Jan Dills Attorney at Law, official sponsor of Victory Lane here at West Virginia Motor Speedway, as well as the caution flag. So big shout out to Jan Dills Attorney at Law. We appreciate all of our fine sponsors. We'll talk about those here in just a little bit. All right, rolling out on the track now will be first round of qualifying for the Sport Mod class. Once again, $500 on the line. Check that $200 bonus from Hall's Drilling. So $700 on the line tonight, coming off of turn 4 in the 56F. That is Isaac Dennis. He'll take the green flag. Nathan Drake in the 89D. Rookie driver, that is Kirsten Johnson in the 32J, and Josh Gibson in the G2. Lap 1 now off of there. That'll be the 56F of Isaac Dennis. Dennis will turn a lap of 1.6612. That is fast overall. Second fast, G2 Josh Gibson, 1.7185. Trying to keep the car low and hugging the bottom. He'll click off the checkered flag now. Isaac Dennis, 1.6563. 1.6563. Isaac Dennis sits atop the fast time board. Josh Gibson holding on for second, 1.6773. Nathan Drake in the 89D, 1.7370. Round 1 qualifying now in the books for the Sport Mods. Second round of qualifying on the track now for the Sport Mods. Once again, the mark to beat set by Isaac Dennis, 16563. The number 5 crossing underneath the stripe. That is actually the 56. Tonight, being driven by Corey Delancey. And the number 4 behind him, Nick Parsons. As Steve Davis would say, that is the Nick Parsons project. And the number 4, the K9, Casey Rankin. The 5F, Brandon Francis. Still the 56F of Isaac Dennis. The time to beat 16563. Parsons in the number 4 will turn 3rd fastest overall, 17226. And just as I say that, big swing by the 5F, Brandon Francis, 16630. That'll put him 2nd overall fastest behind the 56F of Isaac Dennis. So Brandon Francis, he was your feature winner in April here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Looking to back that up tonight. And he's off to a pretty good start. Once again, it's the 56F, Isaac Dennis. Fast time to beat, 16563. Once again, green, white, checkered, hot laps and qualifying for the Sport Mods. Crossing underneath the flag stand now, the 11W of Jared Willis. 32K, that is Cam Gibson. The 23P of Fred Perry. The white and black, number 32W of Patrick Murphy. And Willis will cross underneath the flag stand. And it doesn't look like the clock was tripped for that round. Looks like Cam Gibson getting sideways at the top of turn 2, putting a halt to qualifying. We'll quickly go back to green flag. Brandon Francis, 2nd fast qualifier. Isaac Dennis, your fast qualifier to this point, 16563, the time to beat. The 11W, Jared Willis. He will turn a time of 16932. That's good enough for 5th overall. The K9, Casey Rankin, 17471. Patrick Murphy now sitting 4th overall. He will turn a time of 16848. Just as I say that, Jared Willis in the 11W turns a great time. 4th overall, 16810. So it looks like the track is starting to widen out just a little bit, anticipating a fantastic 40-lap Mark Balzano Memorial, 10,000 to win later on tonight for the Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series. In the number 33, once again, green, white, checkered for qualifying for the Sport Mods. In the number 67, first time behind the wheel of a race car, that is Zachary Hurley in the 67, getting ready for his first lap ever of qualifying. That is Drayden Rose, not getting complete updates on scoring and timing over here. We apologize. TJ Roush in the T8. He will be 13th overall, 18379. T7 TJ Arnold, now your third fastest qualifier, 1.6634. So unofficially, it's still the 56F of Isaac Dennis. He came out on the track in round one of qualifying, 1.6563. Sitting second, the 5F Brandon Francis, 1.6587. And the T7 in this round of qualifying, that is TJ Arnold, third quick overall, setting a time of 1.6634. Final round of qualifying now for the Sport Mods. Once again, 2 laps for the combined hot lap and time trial session. Kendall Hodge in the number 91, getting ready to fire off of turn 4 for his first of 2 laps in qualifying. Behind him in the number 30, that is JC Casto. And the number 11, Brian Clegg in the 11C. And the 55 crossing under the flag stand, that is Ryan Cobb, as the number 30 of JC Casto losing the handle in turn 2. That'll halt qualifying for the time being. Coming up next, race fans will be qualifying for the Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series. Every starting position, very, very critical. Coming up for this 40-lap main event, $10,000 on the line for the Mark Balzano Memorial. Brian Clegg crossing underneath the flag stand for lap number 1. And race fans, the 55 of Ryan Cobb, new fast time, 1.6357 for the 55 of Ryan Cobb. That'll drop Isaac Dennis back to second. Brandon Francis third. Kendall Hodge now knocking on the door. A great second lap time. Kendall Hodge, second fast overall, 1.6560. So long-time fast qualifier Isaac Dennis went from first to third overall, but it's the 55 Ryan Cobb, your new fast qualifier, 1.6357. So congratulations to Ryan Cobb and Team 55. Race fans, that'll conclude qualifying for the Sport Mod class. Coming up next, we'll be qualifying for the Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series, and we will turn the time back over to Mr. Michael Despain.
Thank you very much, Mr. Henry. Just about set and ready to go with Group A. Group A of VP Racing Fuels Challenge the Clock Time Trials for the Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series. This will set the qualifying heats for 1 and 2. Looks like Steve Banal not up there. We'll have the 12 of Fairmont, West Virginia's Ryan Montgomery, 29 years of age in the Joshua Walmsley Racing Longhorn with a Clements race engine. Harris Walmsley Enterprises, Josh Walmsley. And now we'll be coming to the green flag. Now Montgomery will take the green flag. Legendary Transport, Newlands International Sales, Beaumont's Equipment, Central Supply, West Virginia, Fry's Auto Supply. Also out there, the 99 of Dresden, Ohio's Devin Moran, 31 years of age, the Double Down Motorsports Longhorn. Big River Steel, C&W Trucking, Millwood Plumbing, Phillips CPA Firm, Red Oak Pub, Smoky Mountain Speedway, McHugh, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Anthony's Pizza, Pee Wee's Record Service, Bomag, Mayette Group, Advantage Lawn Equipment, and Hazen Services. And Ryan Montgomery, 14.263, 14.263. Devin Moran, 14.560, 14560. So Ryan Montgomery with the mark to beat at the moment. We'll see the in the Balzano E1 throwback. Out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, that'll be Freddie Carpenter, 55 years of age. He's a car owner at the Kryptonite with a spec race engine, sponsored by Fates Farms. Gates Trucking, Conley Trucking, Overhead Door, Leonardtown Ford, White's Mobile Home Movers, All-American Pool Company, and Joy Construction. See the 57 of Caden Black, series opening winner up at Atomic a couple of weeks ago out of New Concord, Ohio, 20 years of age. The Courtney Black-owned Longhorn with an Durham race engine, sponsored by Zimba's Adam Brothers 803 Company, Mallett's Concrete, Walleyes Up for Wounded Heroes, Muskingum Valley Oral Surgery, 3B Welding, Joyride Transport, Attain Wealth Partners. And the best lap for Carpenter going to be second quick at 14.487. Best lap for Caden Black at 14.520. And Ryan Montgomery quickest so far. Our next pair gets set to roll out. Going to be led out by the 93 out of Hope Mills, North Carolina. Donovan Jackson, 33 years of age. In that Blue Collar Motorsports Longhorn with a big kill race engine beneath the hood. C&W Equipment Transport, A1 Landscaping and Lot Clearing, Sanford Contractors, Tyneco Concrete, and Little Rock Stars Juice Box. And he is joined by the S21 of Seth Daniels out of Jackson, Ohio, 26 years of age. And the Jason Wilson owned a Rocket with a Ryan race engine, sponsored by Wilson Excavating. Four Boys Racing Supply, Montgomery Motorsports, Doles Automotive and Racing Supplies, Sunoco Basil Race Fuels, Stack Products at S&D Transport. And Jackson coming down to complete his second lap. And he's going to stand on his first one at 14.664, 14664. Best lap for Seth Daniels going to be fifth quick at 14.584, 14584. Ryan Montgomery still quickest right now in Group A at 14.263, 142.63. As our next pair going to be let out by the veteran in the 14. He's out of Wellsburg, West Virginia. That is Corey Conley, 51 years of age. And that Longhorn Ed Conley powered entry, sponsored by Poske's Performance Parts, Twisted Todd Performance, Octane Race Products, Hoosier Tire, Conley Hauling and Excavating, Twisted Tool Performance and Stack Products. He is joined up by the driver of the number 6. That is Clay Harris out of Jupiter, Florida, 25 years of age. He's the car owner. It's a Longhorn with an Andy Durham race engine, sponsored by Wilkerson Farms, Impact Electrical Services, National Fragile X Foundation, Dunright Construction, 12 Kings Construction Supply, Four Boys Racing Supply, Universal Cabling Systems, Boswell Oil, Rose Irrigation. And the best of two laps for Corey Conley going to be 7th quick at 14.788. Clay Harris 8th quick at 14.974. Again, Ryan Montgomery still quickest at the moment at 14.263. And next group going to be led out by the driver that made an over 13-hour overnight haul from Fountain City, Wisconsin, overnight to be here this afternoon in the 22 Star out of Heidemann, Pennsylvania. That is Drake Troutman, 20 years of age, in the G.R. Smith Team 22 owned Longhorn, powered by. As Brian Nethers around. Drake Troutman in that RFI Resources, Schaefer Construction, Wheeler Fluid Systems, Shoes, Diesel Performance, Stone Natural Resources, Glassmere Fuel Services, DNR Trucking, Thunder Hill Trucking, Rice Tires, Smith Warehouse, Claire's Notary, ABC Supply, Certainty, Jury Siding, Roofing and Windows, the Oil Company, and Colton Farms. And the 34, that is Brian Nethers out of Newark, Ohio. He's 49 years of age. He's the car owner. It's a Kryptonite with a Clements race engine, sponsored by 7G Cattle Company, Vito, ProPack, G&M Dozer, SWAT Pest Control, Simply Sweet Bakery, Wright Brothers, and Wallace Excavating. And Drake Troutman goes to the top of the board with his first lap at 14.012, and that's where he's going to stay, 14.012. Drake Troutman now your quick qualifier here in Group A. Brian Nethers in the 34, 10th quick at 15.259. So Drake Troutman now quickest in Group A at 14.012. Next pair going to be led out by the 13 out of Parkersburg, West Virginia. That is Casey Burdett. 36 years of age in the Cody Summer-owned Dirt Racing Technologies chassis with a Big Hill race engine, sponsored by DRT, Hawk Farms, and Collins Brothers Towing, Hellraiser Jacks, Rave Enterprises, Duval Electric, Steve Shaver at Berkshire Hathaway Realty, Peterson Off-Road Services, Powers Eye Care and Wear, and the number 99, he is out of Winchester, Virginia. That is Kyle Hardy, 32 years of age in the Mike Early-owned Rocket with a Big Hill, sponsored by West Virginia Motor Speedway, Rocket Chassis, Integra Shocks, and Goat Wild Graphics. Is best of the two laps. And best of the two laps for Burdett, 8th quick at 14.756. And the 99 of Kyle Hardy, 11th quick at 15.048. 12 of 20 timed in, 8 more to go here. In Group A. Group B, you need to be getting them staged. Group B, you need to be getting them staged. Next pair of cars rolling out, going to be led out by the third-generation driver in the 00 out of Rockbridge, Bass, Virginia. That's going to be Tyler Bear, 31 years of age in the Booper Bear-owned Longhorn with a Clement, sponsored by Refine Transport, Stanton Union, Crown, Bluegrass Farms, Booper Bear Racing, Dottie's Country Store, Moore's Road Service and Towing, CWF, Grandview Construction, Smith's Farm and Equipment Repair, and Southflex Cattle Company. And in the 12L machine, that is Dave Loudon out of Buchanan, West Virginia, 46 years of age. The Loudon Motorsports Rocket XR2 with a Phantom Race engine, JSL Repair Services, A5 Holdings, Teats Meats, and Triple K Customs, Wright Cattle Company, TKS Contracting, Elite Gutters, and Quipsby's Media. And the 00 of Tyler Bear, 11th quick, 15.016. And the 12L of Dave Loudon, 13th quick at 15.089. Drake Troutman, Ryan Montgomery, Freddie Carpenter, Caden Black, Devin Moran, your top 5 so far here in Group B, or Group A, excuse me. Next pair getting set to roll out. See the 55. Winner last night at With Raceway out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. Benji Hicks, 31 years of age. He's the car owner. Double nickel race car with a Clements race engine, sponsored by BHR Fabrication, Coleman Farms, T&K Enterprises, Elite Marine, ADM Innovations, VP Racing Fuels, Kaiser Racing Wheels, Hooker Harness, Keyser Manufacturing, Variance Performance Warehouse, Excess Power Batteries, FK Rod Ends, the Drive Shaft Shop, and IBOC. In the 20 machine, he is out of Zanesville, Ohio. That is Todd Brennan. Todd Brennan, 44 years of age. He's the car owner. It's a Rocket chassis with the Clements race engine, sponsored by Hot Shot 107, Dow Cameron Oil, Full Moon Contracting, Storm and Norman Shively, Angry Duck Graphics, Do It Best Centers, Fox Shocks, 511 Concrete, and Bella Freight. And the best lap for Hicks in the 55. He's going to be 3rd quick at 14.455. 13.455. Good lap for Benji Hicks. And the best of the 2 laps for Todd Brennan. Brennan in the 20 will be 12th quick at 14.989, 14.989. And I believe we got 3 cars remaining here in Group A. Looks like Steve Banal not going to time in here in Group A. See the 5M. Out of Ashland, Ohio. This is veteran Ryan Markham. Ryan Markham, 54 years of age in a Black Diamond race car here this afternoon. Sponsored by, or powered by a Malkit Munster motor. Sponsored by Afterburner Performance, B&B Drain Service, Chewy's Tacos and Margarita Food Truck, Beer Barrel Drive-Thru, Ocala Restaurant Supply, Munster Motor, Schaefer's Oil, Back in the Boutique, and Life's a Gamble Livestock. The 25 of Salem, West Virginia's Bristol Bullet Mike Benedum, 61 years of age. The Benedum Motorsports Team Zero with the Clements. Sponsored by BSI Well Service, BlackRock Enterprises, Burlisle Performance Products, Oil Haulers LLC, and Shane McDowell Racing. And McDowell here this weekend helping turn wrenches on that race car. He has Ryan Markham in the 5M. He will time in 10th quick at 14.721. The 25 of Mike Benedum be 9th quick at 14.703. And the final qualifier in Group A about to make his way trackside. And that will be the 18C of Miles Cook II. Out of Wheelersburg, Ohio, young man, 20 years of age. He's in that LMC Millwright Services owned rocket with a Mullins race engine, sponsored by LMC Millwright Services, Conley Trucking, Hall's Napa Auto Parts, Afterburner Performance, Gamps Power Equipment, Basil Race Fuels, Sunoco Race Fuels, A1 Overhead Doors, Shane Custom Decals, and Farmers Raceway Go-Kart Track. And the first of the 2 laps for Miles Cook, 15.414, 15.414, 19th quick on that opening lap. And lap number 2 for Miles Cook coming up to see if he can improve on that. 15.259, 15.259. Going to be his best lap, good enough for 19th quick. Drake Troutman and a 14.012. 14.012. Drake Troutman, your top qualifier in Group A that will set the qualifying heats for heats 1 and 2. And ready to go with Group B. Again, Drake Troutman at 14.012, fast qualifier in Group A. This will be Group B, setting the lineup for heats 3 and 4. Led out by the 49 out of Denver, North Carolina. That is Luke Morey, 18 years of age, in the Brett Coltman-owned Longhorn with a Clements race engine, sponsored by Coltman Farms, Special Needs Schools of Gwinnett, Ferris Moores, and Bilstein Shocks. He will be joined by the 5L out of Summersville, Pennsylvania. That is John Lee, 33 years of age. He's a car owner. It's a Longhorn with an Henry race engine, sponsored by Blow Slogging, 5-Star Improvements, S&S Pierce Hauling, Daughtery Motorsport, Red River Roadhouse, Martin Diesel, Big Run Flooring, Pinned Designs, LAOC Resources Company, Integra Shocks, Lundy DeBurrow, High Class Calls, and TQ Metals. Best of the 2 laps for Luke Morey, 14.536, 14.536. And the best of the 2 laps for John Lee, going to be a 15.406 as he slows on his second lap. So Luke Morey sets the mark at 15.536. Next pair of cars going to be led out by the driver, the number 6 FloRacing Rookie of the Year candidate. Out of Stoutsville, Ohio, that is Travis Carr, 38 years of age, in the Travis Carr Racing Rocket XR2 with a Race City Performance 525 engine beneath the hood, sponsored by Huntley Trucking, Amco Performance, Race City Performance, Bosky Performance Parts, Octane Race Products, DNH Hauling, Randy's Motorcycle Repair, Masio's Properties, and Travis Carr Racing. He is joined by the driver of the 25Z out of Chalk Hill, Pennsylvania. That is Mason Ziegler, 33 years of age. He's in the Mason Ziegler Racing Rocket with a Clement, sponsored by Green Lane, RBS Auto and Trailer Sales, RBS Truck Collision, BS Logistics Group, Matheson, the Gas Professionals, Fox Shocks, Slicker Graphics, Haranek Incorporated, HWE Incorporated, and Dyer's Top Rods. And best of the 2 laps for Travis Carr going to be 4th quick at 15.415. Mason Ziegler will go 2nd quick at 14.583. So Luke Morey, Mason Ziegler, John Lee, Travis Carr is how they check in so far here in Group B. There's our next two drivers scheduled to time in here in VP Racing Fuels Challenge O'Clock Time Trial. Is going to be led out by the 47W of Middleburn, West Virginia's Brandon Weigel, 26 years of age in the Scott West owned Rocket with a Mullins race engine, sponsored by Scott West Racing, The Jug, Ridge Runner Farms, and a Specialized Asphalt. He is joined by the young man in the 26 out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, Connor White, 20 years of age, in the Ernest White owned Kryptonite with a White race engine. And 86 or the 26 of White stalled over in turn number 2. He's in the JT Auto, O'Reilly Auto Parts, a Perfect 10, Route 68 pre-owned auto, Boyles Recycling, and a ProTech Auto Sales. As they will get them reset, and the 26 will see the Excess Power Batteries green flag, along with the 47W of Brandon Weigel. Going to be coming to the Swafford Signs white flag right here. And a white 15.410, 15.410 on his first lap. Brandon Weigel's first lap going to be a 15.739, 15739. And a white in the 26. He's going to stay fourth quick at 15.410. As the 47 of Weigel goes around in turn number 4, so his best lap is going to be his first at 15.739. As we get ready to roll with our next pair of qualifiers. Scheduled to be the 00 of Wheelersburg, Ohio's Justin Cooper. And understand Cooper's machine may need a push to get the car fired. And once they get him out over the edge there, he can roll down. The 00 will be Wheelersburg, Ohio's Justin Cooper. He is 34 years of age in the Conley Motorsports Longhorn with a Dramey race engine. Sponsored by Compton Contracting, LLC, Conley Trucking, Conley River Terminal, Iron City Pipe and Supply, Tanner's Truck Service, Shane Custom Decals, and Basil Race Fuels in Sunoco. And he'll be joined by the 10-star out of Sarver, Pennsylvania. That'll be Levi Yetter. He is 20 years of age in the Joe Corrado-owned Rocket XR2 with a Cornet race engine, sponsored by John W. Thrower Incorporated, Blue Mountain Energy, Jake Brake Customs, Mr. Water Heater Enterprises, Rosebrook Village, CRS Contracting, Stowe Farms, Bachman Trucking, Corrado Farms, Nature's Depot, Base Racing Fuels, Victory Seats, Franklin Racing Supply, and Swift Springs. And checker flag going down on the 00 of Justin Cooper. And Cooper's best lap going to be good enough for quick time right now in Group B at 14.443. And the 10 of Levi Yetter, fourth quick at 14.608. So Justin Cooper now quick time here in Group B, followed by Luke Morey, Mason Ziegler, Levi Yetter, and John Lee. I understand we may have been having some audio issues there. We apologize for that. Next pair of cars rolling out. See the 31 out of Belmont, Ohio. This is Lincoln Smith. He's 15 years of age in the Heath Smith-owned Longhorn with a Cornet race engine, sponsored by Pivotal Propane and Legacy Transport Company. He will be joined by the driver, the number 28 out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, Tyler Carpenter, 35 years of age. He's the car owner. It's a Kryptonite race car with an Eisner race engine, sponsored by Axis Control Solutions, Holdren Incorporated, Posky Performance Parts, Integra Shocks, Dewdrop In Overhead Door, Parkersburg Plumbing Supply, Leonardtown Ford, Allison Enterprises, All-American Pool Company, Octane Race Products, Witt's Mobile Home Movers, JNR Trucking, and Mike Myers Plumbing. Best the 2 laps for Lincoln Smith. Lincoln Smith in the 31. Going to be 6th quick at 15.135. Tyler Carpenter 5th quick at 14.730. Yes, we're halfway done with Group B. Next pair are going to be let out by the second generation driver in the 17 out of Cross Lanes, West Virginia. That is Zach Dome. Zach Dome, 37 years of age, in the Z&T Racing Longhorn with the Big Hill Race engine, sponsored by Dome Cycles, Tim Short Auto Group, Way Floor Covering, JWMPS, Dome Farms, and Daggett Reynolds. And Dome is joined by the 71C out of Wheelersburg, Ohio. That is R.J. Conley. R.J. Conley, 61 years of age, in the Conley Motorsports Rocket XR2, powered by a Dramey Race engine, sponsored by Conley Trucking, Afterburner Performance, Hosky's Performance Parts, Conley River Terminal, and Shane Custom Decals. And now we'll get the best of both laps here for you. Zach Dome going to be 6th quick at 14.944. Make it 7th quick at 14.944. Is R.J. Conley going to be 6th quick at 14.765, 14765 for R.J. Conley. Still Justin Cooper, Luke Morey, Mason Ziegler, Levi Yetter, and Tyler Carpenter. Still your top 5 with 9 cars remaining. Next pair going to be let out by the young man in the 44 out of Oakland, Maryland. That is Dylan Lewis, 29 years of age. He's the car owner. It's a Longhorn chassis with a Ryan Race engine, sponsored by Midway Liquors, Napa Base Race Fuels, All and Homes, RPM Backwoods Candles, Indelisle, Chrysler, and Mike's Auto Repair. He is joined by the defending series champion in the 53C out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, Colton Burdett, 32 years of age, in the Steve Curtis owned Rocket. With an Andy Durham race engine, sponsored by Dimon Accounting, Advanced Painting, Curtis Towing, Matt Cochran Trucking, and Athens Advanced Chiropractic, McKee Auto, Fox Shocks, and Go Lithium. Best of the 2 laps coming up for Lewis. In the 44, Lewis going to be 10th quick at 15.190. Colton Burdett, 8th quick at 14.995. Still Cooper, Morey, Ziegler, Yetter, and Carpenter, top 5. It looks like with a lucky 7 cars remaining to time in. As our next pair of drivers coming out in the 54R out of Shane Greco. That is Shane Greco out of Midway, West Virginia. 32 years of age in the Kenny Rucker Racing Rocket XR1 with a Clements Race engine. He is sponsored by Kenny's Machine Shop, Virgil Store, FK Rod Ends, Fragola Fittings, and Swift Springs. And in the triple nickel, the 555 out of Ellenville, New York. That is Brock Pinkrist. Brock Pinkrist, 16 years of age in the Brock Pinkrist Racing owned a Rocket with a Clements Race engine. Sponsored by Russ King Racing, 3C Graphics, 209 Storage Vault, Northeast Paving, and Seal Coat. And we got caution as Greco around. As our series rules, clocks reset. And Pinkrist will get back underway in that Russ King Racing, 3C Graphics, 209 Storage Vault, Northeast Paving, and Seal Coat. Shackleton's, Hancock Napa, King Risk Partners, SRI Performance, Kaiser Racing Wheels, Acello Raceware, Impact Race Gear, Integra Shocks, Matman Design, Speedway, Speedy Customs, Max Pappas Innovations, and Stone Ridge Excavation, sponsored 555. And best of the 2 laps for Brock Pinkrist. He's going to be 5th quick at 14.618, 14.618. And best of the 2 laps for Shane Greco, 12th quick at 14.240. So it's still Cooper, Morey, Ziegler, and Yetter 1 through 4 in Group B. Brock Pinkrist now 5th at 14.618. As the line winding down over there, next pair going to be let out by the 71R out of Wheelersburg, Ohio. That's the hot rod, Rod Conley. 64 years of age, the Conley Motorsports Rocket XR2 with a Dream Racing engine, sponsored by Conley Trucking, Afterburner Performance, Hosky's Performance Parts, Conley River Terminal, Shane Custom Decals, He is joined by the driver, the 21 out of Ashland, Kentucky, Kirk Phillips, 29 years of age. He's the car owner in that Rocket XR1 with a Cornet race engine, sponsored by Bluegrass Enterprises, Winter Circle Auto, CR Mechanical, Tim Logan Racing, Tres Hermanos Nunez Restaurant, 124 Designs, Rapid Fire Graphics, Sean Fullwood Setup Solutions, Integra Shocks, and Basil Race Fuels. Best of the 2 laps for Conley in the 71R. He will go 8th quick at 14.842, 14.842. Kirk Phillips 17th quick at 15.625, 15.625. Still Cooper, Morey, Ziegler, Yetter, and Pinkrich, your top 5 here in Group B. And should have 3 cars remaining to time in. And this pair going to be led out by the driver, the 75 out of Fairmont, West Virginia. Third generation racer. This is Eddie Carrier Jr. ECJ, 55 years of age, and that's Steve Weigel-owned Rocket with a J. Dickens race engine, sponsored by DAC Energy, Weigel Farms, Jenkins Auto Parts. And in that number 93 out of Lincolnton, North Carolina, Lucas Oil Auto Dirt Series regular Carson Ferguson, 25 years of age, and the Donald and Gina Bratcher Paler Motorsports owned Lockett Longhorn with a Cornet race engine, sponsored by Mega Plumbing of the Carolinas, Hoopball Grading Company, Coltman Farms, Tribble Electric, Buddy's Record Service, Pilot Risk Management, Baker Mitchell Plumbing, Herbert Supply House, VG Performance, Little Pink House of Hope, Colic Racing, and Solidify Concrete Floor Solutions. And Eddie Carrier Jr. going to be 8th quick at 14.749, 14749. And the 93 of Carson Ferguson, 6th quick at 14.638. And our final qualifier in VP Racing Fuels Challenge O'Clock Time Trials here in Group B. And the 39 out of Beckley, West Virginia. It's going to be Henry Hornsby III. He is 26 years of age, and that Henry's Radiator Shop owned Longhorn. It's powered by a Pro-Power race engine. And that Henry's Radiator, Bradley's Car Wash, AAA Mini Storage, JBS Performance, United Cycle sponsored Longhorn for Henry Hornsby III. Been doing a lot of crate racing so far in 2026. 14.538, 14.538. That'll put him 3rd quick. Good lap for Henry Hornsby III there on his opening circuit. Coming down to complete lap number 2. And he's going to stay 3rd quick at 14.538. Justin Cooper at 14.443. 14.443. Justin Cooper, your top qualifier in Group B. But your overall top qualifier in VP Racing Fuels Challenge O'Clock Time Trials with a lap of 14.012 seconds. He was in Group A in the 22-star out of Hindman, Pennsylvania. Big round of applause for Drake Troutman.
Well, race fans, all qualifying now complete for time trials. The field is set, of course, for the pro late models as well as the sport mods coming up in just a little bit. Up next will be the 3 heat races in each of those classes, 8 laps the distance for the pro late models as well as the sport mods. Congratulations to Hindman, Pennsylvania's Drake Troutman of the G.R. Smith Longhorn number 22 star. 14012. Fantastic job, Michael Despain, as always. Excited to welcome the Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series here for tonight's 10,000 to win Mark Balzano Memorial as we recognize and honor one of the Ohio Valley region's greats, and gone certainly way, way too soon. We understand the 9C Chandy Currents will be carrying the American flag. So the schedule events will be, we will have a prayer, of course, here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. We always honor our God and our country. We'll have a word of prayer, and then we'll roll into the national anthem. And once again, we understand the 9C of Chandy Currents will be carrying the American flag. If we could get Chandy into the staging area, we will be ready to go. Well, welcome, race fans. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night, wherever you may be across